What's up everyone, Lion Roar here, and it is November 1st, which means we have an exciting new hero of the month, Balbar, and he's got a really unique and cool special. Let's talk about it. You have an exclusive chance to win an iPhone 13 Pro or Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus and a bunch of gift cards. If you haven't downloaded Gemstone Legends yet, you're in luck because I'm inviting brand new players to use the link in the description of this video to download the game and compete in a beginners event. Gemstone Legends is an addicting match 3 RPG game where you collect heroes, level them up, equip them, and then fight dragons, monsters, and opposing heroes. The best thing is that when you use my link, you gain an edge because you're going to receive a free epic hero named Moralia and a bunch of potions. You're going to need that stuff too to help boost your chances of winning the tournament. Your goal at the end of the contest is to have the highest player's power. The player's power is the sum of your 5 strongest heroes. So you can see my profile here on Gemstone Legends. These are my 5 most powerful heroes, which leads to a total player's power of 136,402 for me. So how do you increase a hero's power? Well, if you go to the official contest page like I have here, there's some extra information. First, you need to get 5 heroes, of course, but the higher the rarity, the higher the power. Second, upgrade heroes to the maximum level. The higher the level, the higher the stats, the higher the stats, the higher the power. Third, awaken all 6 heroes' stars. Awakenings also increase stats, which in turn leads to more power. Fourth, upgrade skills. Upgrading the hero's skills allows you to increase your hero's basic power by 25%. And lastly, fifth, and probably most importantly, equip artifacts. The more powerful the gear, the more power you get. It's the equipment that has the biggest impact on a hero's power in this game. If you're subscribed, I'm going to release videos about how to do each one of these, so don't worry if you're a little confused right now, just make sure you watch my future videos. Use my link to download Gemstone Legends, and after installation get your free rewards worth $50 and offers that are only available to competitors. There's another link to the official contest page with a countdown timer, leaderboard, and more information. Good luck friends, and I cannot wait to find out who wins the brand new phone. Let the fight begin. All right, I think Balbar is an exciting and cool hero because of the special. We haven't really seen many heroes with a special like this before. And if you've watched my other videos, you know that I've said that I think Small Giant Games has powered down the heroes of the month a bit, and in fact probably a little bit too much. But over the last couple months, I'm seeing them increase the power again. So let's take a look at Balbar and if they're raising the bar again or not. So of course he's a 5-star nature hero, druid class. Not the best class for him. It's not the best class that's out there, but it's okay. It's not terrible either. It just is what it is. He's part of the 2021 family, which is dormant at the moment, but will get an effect down the road in the future. He's got a couple passives here. Health recovery on buff received. This hero recovers 5% health when they receive a buff. And resist buff immunity. This hero has an innate resistance against status ailments that give immunity to new buffs. That's a really niche scenario, so you're probably not going to see that come up much, but it may come up and it might matter. The attack is 762, which is pretty solid. So is the defense at 756, and the HP is 1378. I would say these are all pretty average right now, with the attack stat being a little bit on the maybe slightly higher than average side. The special, the cool part of this card, is Slumber Spores. Average speed, which means if you put a level 23 mana troop on Balbar, you can get this to go off functionally fast. And what I mean by that is it's still not technically fast. It has to do with the number of tiles that's needed, but you go from 10 to 9, which means it takes basically 3 matches to set the hero off, which is basically what it takes for a fast hero to go off. Of course, the number of tiles is still different between fast and average, but essentially you're getting this hero to go off much, much faster. There's a big, big difference after you put a level 23 mana troop on it. He deals 300% damage to the target. That's okay. The target falls asleep. Now that is cool. While asleep, the target can't attack or gain mana. Whoa, that's Awesome. All damage dealt to the sleeping target is increased by 60%. Even better. The sleeping target is woken once it takes damage. This excludes damage from minions and fiends. Oh. So, the sleeping is very, very fragile, is what this is saying. Because any little bit of tile damage, or like, I don't know why you would like aim a damage dealing skill at the opponent, but like if you have an area of effect damage dealer that can't avoid it, then of course it's going to wake the target up again. Lastly, Elemental Link gives 10% increase for any healing received for all nature allies for 4 turns. This effect can't be dispelled. All right, let's talk about this guy and his use cases just a little bit here. Okay, what I think is so cool about this special is that it's very tactical. And it's tactical because you get to choose what you do with it. And if you've watched my other videos, you know I think that the best mechanics in the game are the ones that give you choices. Now, here's what you're going to do with this. You're either going to go with the damage side of the card, or you're going to go with the sleeping side of the card. And you are going to have to use Balbar in conjunction with other heroes. And, you know, probably ones that deal damage, right? So, if you're going to use the damage side of this card, let's say you're up against an opponent and you're trying to kill the tank, right? Well, if you use a special on the tank, he is going to wake up relatively easily, or the tank's going to wake up relatively easily, I should say, because any amount of damage, any tile that hits is going to wake that tank right back up. So you're not really using the sleep side of it. But if you have, let's say, Balbar and another sniper, I have Kingston, I'll just use Kingston as an example. You can use Balbar's special first to put him to sleep, and then Kingston comes in and just deals an enormous amount of damage because of that 60% increase, which is really cool. So you can basically use Balbar in the same kind of way you would use a defense debuff hero, like let's say Athena or something like that, Frigg, Morel. You know, they get the defense down, and then you come in with another hero that does a lot of damage to actually just kill the opponent off. So you could do it that way and use it, in that case, very similar to how you would with a defense debuff. Or you can use the sleep side of this. Probably on, let's say, if you're on offense and you're going against an opposing team on the wings. Like, oh my gosh, I can even imagine, like, in very fast wars, putting to sleep like a Mother North or an Albric or a Heimdall or something like that. Or like, let's say you're going up against an Alfreak team, which is just really annoying, right? And maybe you use Balbar at first. Well, I'm going to use my defense as an example, which has 2 Alfreaks on it. So think about a defense that has 2 problematic heroes like this, right? You could use Balbar at first to try and take out the tank in conjunction with other heroes. So once that Alfreak on my defense, for example, is dead, then you have to deal with the other Alfreak. Well, you could use Balbar just to put that Alfreak to sleep. I put that Alfreak in the corner. It's not likely you're going to hit it with tiles. So that whole time, you don't have to worry about that Alfreak. It's just sitting in the corner doing nothing, right? So just think about all the possibilities you have with this. The power in Balbar comes not from any individual part of the special, but all the choices you get because of the special. I hope that makes sense. This is a hero who's kind of like what I would call a toolbox hero. It's like when you need to deal with problematic heroes, you bring him along as sort of a support to deal with them. So you're probably going to have another hero on your team that deals, big sniper damage or something like that, or deals with the opposing team in some other way. Like your, more traditionally your big damage dealers that are actually going to kill the heroes. This one is going to support you along the way and make sure. And actually what I like most about Balbar is that he sort of prevents the opposing team from really running away with the match. Now, if you watched my war video yesterday, it was just absolutely crazy. It was like either I won in 3 turns or the opposing defense won in 3 turns. Except for the very first match. That one went on for a while. But in these very fast wars, you might be able to slow the opponent down a little bit. So it's 4 on 5 instead of 5 on 5. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Because you get to choose what you're going to do with this. Either kill a hero, which again makes it 4 on 5, or put him to sleep in the corner, still 4 on 5. So this is providing some really good options. I do think that Balbar is probably a little bit underrated. I don't I don't know that folks have really thought about all the things that you can do with the special yet, but I think there is going to be a lot that can be done. So for this reason, I'm going to give Balbar an A-. Now the A- comes in not an A, but an A- for a couple of reasons. So the only spots on here that I take some points off are for the class, which isn't really helping Balbar. Thank goodness that minions don't wake up opponents, because if minions woke up opponents, a druid class would just be the worst thing on the card. But minions won't wake up opponents, so that's fine. You can still bring minion heroes, and they'll deal damage and not wake the opponent up. But also because Balbar is average speed, and you do have to have that level 23 mana troop to really make him effective. He's only going to be good at slowing down the opponent and making it a 4-on-5 situation if you have that mana troop that can get you underneath them. If you have to use this hero average speed, he's significantly worse. So that's something that has to be factored into the grade. Also, there is one more thing, and that is that this is not necessarily a great hero for defense. It's an awesome hero for offense. But for defense, when the AI gets to choose who it's going to target and deal damage to and things like that, well, you can't really control the special all that much. I still think he's going to be all right on defense, but he wouldn't be my first choice. If you had any of the tier 1 types of green heroes, you would want to use them over him on defense. He's more of an offensive type hero, but we're kind of seeing that a lot lately in what Small Giant Games is printing, because I think a lot of the defenses are very, very powerful. So what they're needing to do is print heroes like this that are much better for offense. All right, guys. Well, what do you think? I want to know in the comments if you agree with me, disagree with me. Did I leave anything out that you think is important to talk about? And also, if you got Balbar and you leveled him up and you're playing with him, I want to know how Balbar is doing on offense too. Am I overhyping him? Is he underrated? How good is this guy? You let me know. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when I drop new videos or go live, and I will catch you in the next one.